No commercials on this VHS today. This is gonna be quite the show.
How did we do it? How did we do it, bro? No commercials? Oh my god.
It's almost
We're just going rogue.
We're in the future.
We're going rogue, dude.
Well, that's why this is an early episode. It's because we break all the rules in this episode.
That's right. We give the fans what they want.
I don't know if this is what the fans...
no, they want this.
They want this?
Yeah.
Everybody wants
they
this.
They want, what'd you call him? Blackmail?
Blackmail is definitely his name.
I like that.
I don't think he has another name because the only thing he knows how to do is to blackmail somebody into doing what he wants. And it's the worst type of blackmailing whatsoever.
He's pretty bad at it.
He has nothing on anybody.
And yeah. I'm about to say, because watching it, you're like, you know, these are some kind of maybe genius moves people are pulling here, but you know, you could just work your way around it. I don't get it.
Yeah. Oh, and also, you know what? We're going to get to it. Either way, we're going rogue.
All right, welcome back again. Another week. Me and Taylor here at the Somebody Save Me podcast. The unofficial, but mostly, the official.
This is the unofficial, but official, but official. That's how you have to be able to put it.
That's right. The mostly unofficial, but official Smallville podcast. We are here with
Filler Tuesday.
Filler Tuesday. This is Filler Tuesday. We are here with episode 9 of season 1, Rogue. And we are going rogue, Taylor. Shall we begin?
That's exactly what we're going to have to do here. We have to start right away. We can't waste any time. It's Tuesday.
That's right. We got things to do. We got work.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing here.
All right, so on opening scene, we have here the Museum Gala, hosted by Luther.
It's the Luther Gala, man.
Luther
Come
Gala,
on.
okay.
This is his private collection of his antiques that he has to show off. This is an annual thing he does.
Yeah, and what do we get right here? We get Clark looking at the Alexander the Great body chest plate armor. And, of course, what is it bedazzled in?
Do you like the S thing here? I just thought it was weird that it was a snake because it also makes it seem like that it's not necessarily something good.
Yeah,
and
probably not.
Instead, you're giving me the symbol, but you're also saying, Taylor, it's a bad symbol.
Also, how accurate is that in history?
I don't know. I didn't go through
When I was thinking about it, I was like, there's no way he actually had that.
Whenever I watch that Alexander movie with Colin Farrell, it's not very good. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Oh, did you watch the director's cut? It's like maybe 3.5 hours long.
I don't ever want to watch the director's cut. When I first watched the trailer and I saw elephants and killing people, I said, this is me. When I watched it, I said, oh no.
Dude, and so, yeah, right here, you obviously see it's bedazzled in red and blue and a little bit of a hue of yellow. Clearly Superman colors. And you have the S. So, clearly a nod to the armor, and Clark makes a comment, oh, I'll never put something like that on my chest.
Isn't it great, though, that the one person that walks up to Clark here is the one who the gala is all about, and whose collection, it's just Lex walking up to a high school guy. Where now you have Lana coming into the scene where she's like, oh, hey, Clark. And he's like, oh, hey, Lana, I know you're here. Lex, ha ha ha.
Why don't I leave y'all two alone?
And it was funny because Lex made that happen where Lana said, I thought you would know. They both stare at Lex. Lex says, I'll see you later.
And then, of course, when he's just so uncomfortable in the corner because he's there.
By the way, don't you love that that's his only scene in this entire show?
Thank God.
This is the only scene. It's because you can only have one douchebag allowed. And trust me, this one takes the cake.
Do you think Clark's on his way to becoming a douche?
No. And it's because of Martha. Not Jonathan, but Martha.
Yeah, Jonathan, I don't know. And then, of course, we have Lex saying, what are you doing? Why are you leaving? You're leaving? You're not going to confront your enemy?
Which, I will say, I kind of enjoyed that, where this is now coming to two different sides, where it's an angel and a devil type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Two people telling you something different, where it's which shoulder you're going to listen to. It's funny because Lex is now saying, why are you leaving? You need to be able to stand up to your enemy. Clark, he's not my enemy. Leave me alone, old man. But Lex has a point. The quicker you realize that Whitney is your enemy, the better. Because, in a way, you're competing for the same girl.
Yeah.
So if you think of him not as your enemy, you're always going to give in. That's what Lex is trying to make, is that you're always going to give in to him then, and you're
That's
always
true.
going to end up losing.
He does make a point. And to even go back, because I even wrote down here, to go back on that armor, he says it used to symbolize strength and courage, but what does the S stand for in Man of Steel?
Doesn't it stand for...
Hope.
Oh, interesting.
Stands for hope. That's what they clarify. So yeah, it's supposed to be a winding river, not an S.
I thought the S in Man of Steel just meant their houses. That's all I thought it was like the houses. Like
it is the house symbol, but of course it's supposed to mean something, dude. Come on, bro.
No, it's House Targaryen. I thought that's what it meant. I thought that they were the House of the Dragons.
Okay, well they took it very literal. Okay, there is obviously symbolism on Krypton. All right, and so who do we have introduced here?
All right. Can we pause it real quick?
She's pretty hot.
All right, man. All right, so Victoria now walks into the scene.
Victoria Hardwick.
I immediately go, okay, Aunt Nell, we're gonna have to push you to the side for the next few episodes.
Wait, Aunt Nell who?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you talking about?
Once Victoria now comes to the scene where there is pretty much nothing that is said between Lex and this chick besides, you want to go have sex.
Yep.
That's the only type of communication they have here.
What does he go? He's like, you want a private tour? And she's like, oh, I've been waiting all night for it. Okay, y'all just went to go have sex.
Yeah, that's all that was. That one's good. By the way, I didn't put that in my notes. It's code for sex.
Oh, is that what they're calling it nowadays? Private tours?
Well, oh, by the way, I completely forgot to even mention here, doesn't Lana make even a slight... I'm sorry to have to pause it again just real quick. Doesn't Lana make a slight at Nell? I have to go get Nell from the jewelry section. What was that?
Yeah, she's like, I gotta snag Nell before she gets too caught up in the jewelry section.
Yeah, like, what was...
Probably because Luther's gonna comp it.
Yeah, type of shot at Nell, just being like, oh, cheerleader, she loves jewelry. I hate those things, Clark. I'm so different.
God, Nell sucks.
Like, okay.
Sucks.
Sometimes, Lana, you just need to appreciate things.
Sometimes, just go get Winnie.
You know what? At this point, Tina's right. You don't appreciate some of the things you got.
Exactly, bro. And so, of course, you got Clark just, yeah, I'll leave you two alone. And then Victoria's just like, oh, want a private tour? I thought you'd never ask. And then he just looks at her like, all right, we're about to go have sex. And so now, where do we come to? We got the villain of the week.
All right. This may be worse than Hothead for me with the villain.
Think so?
I think with the villain-wise, I would much rather have the coach setting things on fire than this piece of crap. All we're watching in the first his introduction is him beating somebody up. And him just going, you know why I can do this? Look at this badge. This is my badge.
Didn't you like how they make the Metropolis PD the crest?
I really love the badge.
Yeah.
So
you see this? Do anything, get away with the badge.
I know it's just weird because you're threatening a guy by beating him up, saying you have to do what I want because of this badge. How is this guy getting away with this right now? What does he have on you?
He's just beating someone. Kind of. I know it's nighttime, but it's like pretty much in broad daylight. You tell me someone can't see someone in a bush?
Joseph, he's outside the gala.
It's all lit up.
Everything would be there. Everybody would be there.
It's a public street. There are street lights.
You would also think there would be some type of who pulls up the car? What am I thinking? Why am
valet.
Yeah, valet. Yeah. You would think that at an event like this.
Like, hey, what's going on over there?
Yeah, hey, was that somebody? Hey, we should call the cops.
And so, yeah, this is introduction into, I forget his first name.
Phelan.
No, Phelan.
Oh,
or Phelan.
Phelan?
Phelan. It's Phelan.
I hate his name so much.
And he's already mentioned, like, I need to get into IA. So, obviously, internal affairs. This guy clearly has something. I don't know what it is. It's something on himself, I feel like. Yeah. That he's trying to clear up.
It's some type of bad record that he has for beating the crap out of somebody because obviously he has anger issues.
Yeah, maybe dropping another engine on another kid.
Yeah, that's definitely what he... Hey, spoiler!
And so, yeah, after that dude's just beating him up...
This is the worst for me.
He notices Clark coming out of the gala, and then all of a sudden, Clark is like, oh, what's going on over there? We see a bus turn around the corner.
Joseph.
Is this bus driver having a heart attack?
No, he doesn't because he's okay.
Exactly. So what is he all of a sudden? And then so he loses control.
Did
obviously.
He just eat like a greasy burger or something?
Bro, man, he had heartburn. He had heartburn. Because check this out. He runs into the cars on the street. And he's like, oh, I fell over again. And so Clark, a homeless guy and his dog. I would have saved the dog only. Just saying.
Why? Because the guy's homeless?
That's right.
That's what we do. We gotta get rid of the waste.
Dogs aren't waste. They're beautiful creatures.
Of course they are, but the homeless, get rid of them.
And so get this, bro. This is my problem here.
Well,
when
you have
Clark,
a problem?
when
Since
Clark,
when do you have the problems? I have problems.
No. When Clark gets in front of this bus, yes, this should happen. He basically stops it. He's the man of steel, bro. Okay. Or the boy of steel right now. But in the first episode, he got hit by a car.
Yeah.
It didn't stop.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. But it's also because Clark was not expecting it versus this one, he full on pushed his body forward, so he's putting all of his abilities and weight towards this bus, making it crush in the way it does, versus the other route, it wasn't something he was expecting. He didn't have any type of body going forward. Instead, surprise, boom. Off bridge.
You really think not expecting it is going to make him, I guess, the momentum will push him forward?
Okay, like what we've talked about. I can push over a 6'5" guy by running full speed and hitting him if he is not paying attention. If he's paying attention, I'm gonna fall over every time. Okay. I'm gonna lose this every time. Fair point.
But now let me tell you, did he not just kill this bus driver?
Okay.
When he stood in front of
Yes, he did kill the bus driver, and it's funny that there's nobody on the bus, otherwise they would all be dead. It would be actually more interesting if there was blood everywhere on the bus.
Oh my god,
then
invincible?
It would have taken such a crazy-ass turn for me. My problem with this, how did Phelan see this?
Yeah.
From his point of view, from where they show Clark having to run to the bus, and where Phelan was sitting where he was beating the crap in the little bush area, there is no way that he would have been able to see Clark do this. He would have seen behind the bus. He would have never seen this view.
Okay, I don't think he saw the view, but remember later on.
What is this? Look at his face.
I know that, and he's looking like, oh wow, like, but you know what he's thinking right here is that, did this kid really do this? I'm blown away, and that's why he has to make sure in this next scene coming up after the opening. That's why I think he's questioning it, because he's not sure. He's like, wow.
He's not questioning. Look at his face. Do you see that smirk? That smirk is, I got something new.
No, he's questioning, because if he was for sure, he wouldn't drop that engine on him here soon.
No. This is only so that, now, we'll get to that engine part. But the only reason why I'm disagreeing a tad bit with you is, he only wants to make sure that Clark now knows that he knows. That's why the engine, in my opinion, versus this shot, dude, he shouldn't have known. He just shouldn't have known.
Can we also talk about right there where Phelan was? The bus driver, like I said, he should have died in his position.
Hold on, the bus driver's fine.
What does he do? He gets up after his heart attack?
Yeah, his heart attack.
Dude.
Someone's gonna have to pay for all those vehicles.
He's trying to call in sick, bro. He was trying to call in sick.
He's trying to get workman's comp.
He's like, oh yeah, I had a heart attack and a young man stopped the bus.
I think your bus caused this. I'm going to have to put in my HR request.
Now, this is where, so after the opening theme, we have, of course, Jonathan grunting for the life of him, not really looking like he's putting much effort into it, but also, this is my only complaint, Martha's great, don't get me wrong, chill out. Why is she not helping him? Why is she not pulling this with him?
Are you being serious right now?
Are you serious?
Are you being serious right now?
You telling me she does all the work, right? Why is she not at least helping?
You're supposed to be the smarter one out of both of us, and yet you don't even understand what's going on. This is another shop class. This is Martha now standing to Jonathan's side saying, yes, lift with your knees. Lift real slow now, Jonathan. Don't pull too hard.
Like he's about to bust a gut, dude.
Exactly, because everybody knows Jonathan is only acting like he's about to lift it, and then he hears Clark pull up. Oh, son, can you come and help?
Man pulled it up with one hand.
Yeah,
dog.
Martha was just sitting there going, thank God we have him. Stares at Jonathan.
Yep, and then of course, they're just talking. How was Metropolis?
Wait, pause for me. This is why I have to pause. Martha last episode was how crazy with leaving Clark alone by himself.
Pretty wild.
Where she called him 6 times for just leaving him overnight for a single night. You're trying to tell me that he's allowed to go to the city of Metropolis by himself to a gala, party it up, and she's now smiling and giggling, saying, "What time did you get in?" The hell type of backwards ass is that?
Bro, he's Superman.
Yeah, well, now he... Okay.
Well, then again, look, also, remember, Aunt Nell and Lana were there. They are neighbors. How would they not know? I'm sure they talk a lot. And, of course, Lex, it's his gala, so he's obviously going for Lex. He's got people around him, bro. That's probably why she's not worried.
What are you talking about? Nell and Lana live right next door. That's the same argument I can make about her leaving town. Just tell Nell that he's at home.
Look, man, look. It is a much more comfortable position in my point of view.
I love Martha. She disappointed me here.
Wow, terrible mom strike one.
Don't let it happen again.
Yeah, don't be a Jonathan. Jonathan will get ahead of you. Or will he? But anyways, he's already on the article. We got an article on the newspaper about the bus crash.
And now this is just him having to explain that nobody was able to see me. I'm fine. Everything is okay. Jonathan is just more concerned with somebody better not have seen you.
He's always mad first.
And here's the problem with Jonathan, is that his reactions are so bad where Clark just got done saving somebody in a bus. He's hoping to get the pat on the back that he did the right thing. And what does Jonathan just do? Did somebody see you?
And then, of course, Martha has to give him the nudge, like,
Martha
hey.
has to remind you to be a dad.
Yeah, and he's like, look, son, I'm really proud of what you did. And then, of course, Clark got his little smile.
Yeah, Clark has a smile now because now he's happy because he's got his father approval. You know what? Again, my problem with Jonathan is his reactions to his son need to be better.
Yep. Hey, no doubt, no doubt.
Lazy.
And so after that scene, the barn scene, we have pulling up to a random dude in, what is this, a hospital?
Joseph.
Or a police station? And we got Phelan rolling up to the dude.
Joseph.
Opposite cars.
What does he blackmail him with?
Hey, I know you got a DUI and you lied about it on your application, rent-a-cop.
That's what this is about.
Yeah.
This is about the rent-a-cop now doing something in order so that he could hide his criminal record of having a DUI, because being a security guard is so important to this man.
Oh, this is the museum security guard. That's how he's even able to get these camera pictures. But yeah, this guy's such a weasel, bro. Phelan, oh my god. Look at him.
His smile.
He's like a hee like that type of guy. Like, bro.
His smile on everything just disturbs me, where I just want to punch him in the face.
Bro.
He has the most punchable face in Smallville history.
I mean, everyone hates him.
I would rather Whitney on the show than ever see this man again.
I'm with that.
Yes,
I'm actually with that.
That's how bad he is.
Yeah, Whitney was uncomfortable. Bring another scene with him again.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm okay. So now, after that, obviously he blackmailed. He's getting security footage of Clark at the gala because he wants information. Now we're back at the mansion.
The night after, or the morning after.
The morning after. And my God, Victoria
My
Hardwick,
Lord.
bro.
Good Lord.
I can't even sit still, dude. How's Lex just so calm?
You know why? It's because he's known each other, and this is all just a game to him.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, Lex is so smooth, man. I don't understand, bro.
Well, it's because he doesn't trust her, which I actually kind of like that now they're explaining how he knew her when they were young. She is the father of an industrial where it's Sir Harry. And they're just kind of going back and forth where they're just kind of catching up, and Lex is asking how Sir Harry is, but they're pretty much just picking up different tidbits from each other in this scene, where I feel like, once again, it's another game of, let me see who's going to reveal more about the other in this situation.
Right, exactly.
Who's going to give in more.
They're definitely playing a game with each other. It's a mind game, and also a physical game, I'd say.
Well, definitely, but the problem with the physical game, she wins. She is going to win every time, and that's where he does become a little bit blind with her, because all Lex still thinks about is the business game, but no matter what any guy says, she's winning right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to make a proposal. But yeah, no, this is kind of crazy, because this kind of gives Touch background on Lex. He used to live in Wales. That's how they know each other. Obviously, childhood friends, ended up becoming friends with benefits. And it's back at that point again. She's in Smallville, whatever. They're playing this game.
Well, it seems like both of them want the same thing in a way. Where,
oh, for sure.
Yeah, well, we find out, or, I mean, she even kind of hints, but it's more like they both just don't want their parents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they both just don't. They have both daddy issues. That's why they get along so well. They have daddy issues.
They probably cry each other to sleep about it.
My dad did this to me. My dad did this to me.
Oh. All right, so after their convo,
I lost my mind on this. It's the same page, Joseph.
We're back at the torch, and we see the same article from 2 weeks ago.
I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was cold.
I'm like, bro, update the issues, dog.
Why are we still having another love story from Pete? And by the way, we need the audience to pause it on the next scene when they show that torch article, because it's the exact same one. And they thought that they could play this off.
They got the controversial speech, everything, dude.
And Pete's limo story? Who the hell cares? That was 4 episodes ago.
Every student's like,
Pete's had another date by then.
Yeah, everyone's making fun of Pete. Like, hey, Pete, don't have a new date yet?
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah, Pete, we heard this story. Write something new.
And of course, oh my goodness. So after the article, look at this, bro. The way Chloe is just googling, whatever you want to call it, just looking at Clark, just totally lost in her feelings. Like, oh my God, I would take my clothes off for you right now, in front of Pete.
Man, all right. So, you know how I feel about Lana.
Yeah, we all feel that way.
Man, Chloe is playing games with my head,
dude.
And I'm not even Clark right now.
She's giving me those sex me eyes, bro.
And it's like a thing where that's the problem with Chloe here, is that once again I'm gonna go back to how she's so smart, because this is like a friendship thing to Clark, but it's also Chloe's now moving closer and closer, where this is the episode where you can truly see she's taking some shots.
Oh yeah.
And Clark's kind of biting back a little bit here.
He's a nibbler.
He is. He doesn't want to take a whole bite out of the apple. He's just going to peel it a little bit to have some of that skin. But now, who comes in?
Dude, did you see her expression as soon as she talks?
Yes!
As soon as Lana says Clark, look at this expression. My God.
It drops. It just...
And immediately just...
looks down, looks away. Pete's over there. Are they even sitting in the same seat, by the way?
It looked like they're sitting in the same seat. And so Lana walks in, talking to Clark. Chloe walks away, and now the principal's coming in. Hey, Chloe, why are you doing these articles about all this stuff you can't prove?
I just want to say this before you go on with the scene. The principal deserves to die. All right, you know what? You pissed off the coach, who was there for 25 years.
That's right.
Who should have blown you up in your vehicle.
At his own sauna box.
At his own sauna box, and you try to come into his office and run your mouth. And now, the editor of the paper, who is 14 years old, who has been the editor now for 7 years, you're going to come into her office, and you're going to say, you know what, Miss Sullivan, I don't like your newspaper and you telling conspiracy theories. You need to start sticking to facts. Okay, listen, Quan. Is her paper selling? Is it flying off the shelf? Because for my opinion, if Lex Luthor is looking at her articles while he is at his house, the newspaper is doing just fine.
That is true, but look at this. I'm going to make my point here.
Oh.
I'm going to make my point.
You're going to stick up for Quan?
It's just the fact is...
Don't you stick up for Quan.
Chill. I don't like him bashing Chloe, okay? I don't like him bashing Chloe, but look at this. A school paper doesn't need to sell. It's always going to be there. It's literally like an activity for students. It's a class. It's an elective.
The torch is more than that.
And so... he makes a solid point saying, at least give us school facts. Sure, have your little random article of conspiracy, but Chloe, of course, is plastering it all over. Did you not see the article we just saw? What's the first thing you see? Conspiracy theories, Smallville, meteor rocks, blah, blah, blah. Side story, Pete Ross had a date 4 weeks ago.
What if Chloe was like, you know what, Quan, you're exactly right. Pete, we're cutting your article.
Yeah, you know what, now that I think about it, Pete, it sounded fake. Can you prove it? And then Lana's like, I didn't give him the limo. Lana
starts panicking. That wasn't me. That was not me.
Then he starts crying again, like... And so, basically that's it. That's my only point, yeah. Basically, Quan can go screw himself.
Quan go to hell, dude. He's wanting to die.
And so, basically, shuts Chloe down, says, hey... Oh, okay, so obviously he's oblivious to this shit. Oh, meteor rocks are harmless. Are you serious,
You
Quan?
just saw the coach try to catch you on fire and blow up your car, and you're just like, the meteors don't do anything. The man was using them in his sauna. How do you think he got the fire abilities? Quan is so oblivious to the real world. This is why I hate Quan.
And solid. Fair enough. And I love this. Oh my god. Okay, what just happened? Okay, Mr. Pete Captain Obvious over here. I think you were fired. Like, it doesn't even sound sad. Like empathy at all. It's like, I think you were fired.
Pete's not even hesitating. I think you were fired, dummy.
And then, of course, let me talk to Quan, Lana says.
I love Chloe's response. You know, not to be mean, but what the hell can you do?
She's so rude to Lana.
Why wouldn't she be? Chloe was having such a great time with Clark, and here comes Lana to interrupt my moment.
Let me tell you something. I know girls, they will tend to act that way, but...
That's a real acting way.
It is, but also, be more mad at Clark.
For what?
Are you serious?
Listen, you can't be mad at Clark.
Yes, you can.
You know why? Who has the relationship? Stop coming around a guy who's single. Go to your boyfriend.
Yeah, what should go tell him Whitney?
Exactly.
Hey, Whitney, or go tell him Lana to Whitney.
Go talk to Whitney. Whitney looks like he's having a great time at the gala. Why don't you go and hang out with him,
Dude,
Lana?
what if Chloe just all of a sudden like wrapped her arms around Whitney because he was so uncomfortable at the gala? And it's like, hey, Lana's over there. Why don't we hang out?
I don't like that. I don't want to even think of
two
that.
blondes
If
together?
I ever see Chloe and Whitney together, I'm done with the show.
Dude.
Don't take my Chloe away.
Take me away. Alright, so after that, Lana's gonna go talk to Quan. We have the Beanery. Dude, I'm just gonna say this right now. Right now, you know how many times we're at the Beanery this episode? I think I counted 5 or 6. It's insane how much coffee everyone is drinking or buying. I don't buy it. A 14-year-old buying this much coffee?
Yeah, but here's the thing. All right,
This place doesn't even look that cool.
I'm gonna give Smallville the excuse, but here's my other issue.
It is small town.
Okay. I'm gonna get to my issue first, and then I'm gonna get to the positives. The issue first. Where the hell did that pinball machine come from? First things first.
True. It hasn't always been there.
Yeah, when Harry
Maybe
was
they're
there,
making
they
good-
had boots there. That was not the pinball machine. They had boots.
Maybe they're making some good money.
Yeah, it's because so many kids are now coming. My second thing to that point of how many kids are coming, I agree with your overall point. However, man, I look at it as just as the hangout spot. Where if the kids even go and just buy a cookie or something, or a soda, they're going to go to hang out there because everybody is there. So it's the thing you can do as you're a kid because you're not old enough to go to a bar.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's true, and it's a small town.
It's
small town.
You only have you're very
This
limited.
is probably the best hangout spot.
Yeah, you're very limited on your hangout spot.
Unless you go to the drive-in at the camp farm.
Whoa. The drive-in does not exist unless your name is Lana Lang.
That's right.
Yes, that's a private drive-in.
Pass the popcorn, bitch.
Oh, you're gonna have to reach for it.
Reach for it.
Okay, we're not doing that.
All right. That's step too far. Sorry. So this is a very funny part. Watch this. So they're talking like, oh, is it Mr. Luther here in Smallville? Phelan's here, blah, blah, blah. Where's this coffee mug come from?
Oh my God! Pause is wrong. We have to do another pause.
Look, he's standing there. Oh,
He's
yeah.
standing next to the pinball.
What's up, Luther?
Shows Lex, and then he's having a coffee mug.
Magic coffee mug. The Beanery is something else, dude. They got magic coffee mugs.
No wonder it's so popular.
So basically, Phelan is like, he knew Lex would be here, so he's obviously trying to get Lex reveal some information about his friend Clark. And Lex, of course, being the bro, says, "We're enough for friends. I don't know who you're talking about."
What I love, though, is that it now shows you that Phelan knows Lex.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're going back and forth, where Phelan is now revealing some of Lex's past of, oh, you had your fair share of troubles. Lex is now explaining, listen, Phelan, I know who you are. My father used you. He would use you to be able to pay off the incidents that occurred. You have nothing on me. What I love, though, is that Phelan then threatens Lex, saying, I'm going to reveal some things. Lex's response is, Phelan, no, you don't have anything. You can't touch me. Phelan then goes, well, let me show you some pictures. He did not acknowledge what Lex just said there. He immediately said, look at my pictures because he knew Lex was right.
This guy...
He's the worst. His name is Blackmail. He is the
That's
worst.
Right. Good name.
Dude, he
That's
is
a solid name.
He does it in every scene. The opening scene is
like
Blackmail.
There's no blackmail from this man. Like there's no.
And his scene with Lex, he tries to blackmail.
And it makes no sense because really he has nothing.
He has nothing on Lex.
Nothing.
Where Lex, again, if your father paid you, if his father paid you to make those things disappear, what do you think you're gonna be able to get?
I don't know. He has a pretty dumb name too. Phelan.
Well,
Phelan.
that's why they should. I really labeled him as Blackmail in my notes.
That's a good one because also he's wearing this jacket like the whole time.
The whole time.
Blackmail. I love it. And then it's like, oh, sorry, I don't know who that is. I mean, that works. The guy is 14.
The guy's 14 years old.
He's a 14-year-old kid. That could easily work. Like, okay, I guess you don't know him. Like, sorry.
What I love though is that Lex blatantly says you're losing your touch. Phelan then says, "Damn it, I lost it." So we now show to the bar scene where, barn scene. I think I said bar.
Farm, barn,
whatever. But we're now on this scene. Joseph, Lex didn't give him anything. How did he find out where little Clark was?
I have no idea. I really don't, because I was questioning that same thing. Like, so, I mean, obviously he has to somehow find a source, but I don't like that assumption. I'd rather see that someone gave some type of information.
And the fact of the matter is, he truly even gives the excuse, "Oh, it's a small town, everybody talk." No, somebody would question you asking, "Why are you wanting to know Clark?"
I mean, I will make the point though. I mean, if you were to really go around the town and show that picture of them, they would obviously know Lex, but the small town people, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's the Kent boy."
They would say that's the Kemp boy. However, how are you just asking random folks who this guy is and nobody is questioning?
Have you seen this man?
What?
And so in this barn scene,
he tries to kill him. He tries to kill a kid, Joseph.
He attempted murder. So he sets it up to where he drops his badge on the floor and leaves it there so Clark is set up to go obviously stop and pick it up. And obviously this whole thing is weird because then an engine drops on Clark and he just tosses it away like it's a book. And so Phelan's like, "Oh, that was pretty impressive. Just had to make sure."
Phelan has no camera. He has nothing to prove what Clark just did. He has absolutely nothing to go off of except, "Look what I just saw." Didn't he already see the bus scene?
He's gonna go back to the town like, "You'll have no idea what I just saw. This guy stopped a bus last night and tossed an engine."
And you know what I would do if I was Clark? I would grab a piece of kryptonite and then I would say, like, just stab myself or something just to be like, "Look how weak I am."
Yeah, drop the engine on me again.
Wait.
Yeah, do it. Do it, I'm ready.
Wait,
I
don't want to kill him. I'm just saying to stab.
No, right on my head. You got it. I swear, Phelan's going to look so stupid.
My question to you before we continue. Has Phelan done this before with a kid?
I would not doubt it, because you know he's the king of cover-ups.
Well, and his name is Blackmail, where all he does is hold things against people. He's so confident to do this to a 14-year-old boy, you would think that he has done this to several children.
Yeah, I'm almost positive he's done this to at least another person.
Yeah, he should be banned for being 100 yards from any type of school ever.
And how is he actually a cop? This is the dirtiest cop I've ever seen in my life.
Well, what we kind of get to later on more than anything is we kind of figure out that Phelan is a dirty cop. Even though we already touched on that with Lex revealing about what his father paying him, I don't understand how Phelan has any leverage on anything.
He sucks at his job.
Well, it's also going to your point. Dude, he's a dirty cop. Everybody would know he's a dirty cop. Who would ever take his word as valid? And what I love in this scene more than anything is that Phelan... Oh my god, you want to talk about something that just pisses me off. The hand on the shoulder. "Hey, yeah, don't worry, buddy." And then Clark grabs, bro, I would have shattered his hand.
Oh, dude.
I would have shattered his hand.
His wrist is gone,
It's
bro.
this easy. I didn't kill him. I'm going to send a message, though. Don't ever touch me again.
Bro, I would literally shatter your legs.
Oh.
I could flick them and you would fly.
Phelan is a good villain in the sense of he makes me hate him so freaking much that,
So if anything, the actor's doing a good job.
He's doing a great job with the role because, oh my god, I want Clark to shatter you.
Boy, do I hate you. Yeah, so obviously he's basically blackmailing Clark oh, he's like, oh, good grip there, son.
Oh my god.
And so you have a secret you don't want the world to know about. Yeah, no one knows it, not even you. You have no idea.
Where's the camera? You don't have anything. Even Chloe would have a camera right now, you moron.
But I will say, as a 14-year-old kid, yeah, he should think logically, but he is 14, so he's obviously a little dumb. We have talked about Clark being a little dumb, so he's like, oh my god, I'm so scared. Like, he's actually a little nervous, like, oh, maybe he has more on me. Maybe he assumes he has more on him. Maybe he does.
I just wouldn't be able to buy into anything with Phelan, and it's because even with Clark does his research later on that we find out where even there are articles written about this guy that are saying how crooked of a cop he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's my issue with him. I wish Phelan put more of a good guy persona in front of others. I wish he was more of the... That would make you hate him.
Like a double agent type thing, like going rogue.
Exactly, but even more, because even in real life, how in the world is you can't believe this man. Nobody would ever buy him.
And so, yeah, he blackmails Clark that, yeah, you'll do as I say if you want this secret to be kept a secret. And so he's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Clark
so
goes and cries.
He goes and cries to Mama and Papa. Mr. Kent, Mr. Papa, what happened?
Pa, he knows about me.
Pa.
Now Jonathan is pissed.
And then John's like, damn it, Clark.
We talked about this.
Why would you catch an engine?
Maybe you shouldn't have saved that old man in the bus. Maybe if you were using your head, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But I actually do love Jonathan's response here. Because what Jonathan is just upset with is that somebody is trying to F with his child.
Yep.
I actually do like Jonathan's response. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the situation here.
Mm-hmm.
You are not going to talk to him. I am going to talk to him. I do like Jonathan's response here because this is the first time where Martha's not needing to nudge his ass. He's being a father.
Yeah, he's like, we're not going to let this change us. Go hang out, live your life, be with your friends. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the situation. I hate this guy. I haven't even met him. I hate him already.
Joseph.
You ready for the moonlight scene?
Joseph.
This moon scene is absolutely terrible. That is a wallpaper.
He is staring at a wallpaper of a giant moon where it looks like you could just reach up and rip the wallpaper down.
I literally put in my notes, moon looked dumb as fuck.
Yeah, that's because, what is this? And now you have Clark just leaning it up against the bar and saying, oh, what a moon. What do I do with space like this?
Yeah, and I love Lex's comment as he comes in here.
Hold on. That's
unannounced.
It's unannounced.
Also, was Phelan not
Phelan
unannounced?
is unannounced too, so we have two unannounced, so we need to mark them down.
There's a lot in there. There's a lot in here.
We're going to mark them down. Don't worry, we're going to keep going. By the way, though, this is also kind of like the fun fact of the episode. You know what I'm disappointed with? What do you think I'm disappointed with, Joseph?
Are you talking about the unannounced visits?
No. What do we usually mark down?
Kryptonite?
What can't we mark down this episode?
We can't mark down Kryptonite.
Man.
We don't have a villain. So that's actually a good point you bring that up because when I looked up just research about the episode, this was their first episode to where they started leaning more towards a larger mythology with the show and the story instead of doing a kind of freak of the week type thing. So this is our first time where we have just like a normal villain, no powers, nothing, it's just a cop. And that's what it says. They started leaning to more of a larger mythology. Because you even get signs of it in the next episode as well, after this.
Phelan is a larger mythology?
Not him necessarily,
Okay, Phelan is a larger mythology. It's what you just said. You know what? If that was their reasoning on why Phelan was... Oh my god.
You think his name Phelan is supposed to resemble Phelan?
It's Phelan. I'm calling him Phelan. It's either Blackmail or Phelan.
And I like Lex's comment as he comes into the barn, unannounced. Of course. You look like you're carrying the weight of the world. Because technically, he could. Superman could.
Man, these next few here, I love just Lex and Clark's type of interaction with each other.
Dude, they're brothers, bro.
Exactly. The bonding between them is fantastic. I love that Lex then looks at the telescope. Clark then has a panicked look on his face. You know why?
He's like, oh.
It's staring at Lana's face.
He's like, oh, Whitney. What are you doing there?
Oh shit!
He has to be the dumbest kid. He's either dumb or high all the time because, bro, how are you going to look at your telescope all the time and leave it on Lana's house.
He always leaves it on Lana's house, no matter who's. Even when Lana shows up, it's on Lana's house.
I even love, what was it, first or second episode, Lana's like, hey, you know you can see my house from here. It's like, yeah, I know. I know. Clark's a freak. Anyway, so Lex is basically telling Clark about Phelan because he knows of him.
Well, he knows that since he's investigating Clark, now Lex is wondering why. And so Lex kind of...
Sam Phelan, that's his name.
I'm not doing this.
Sam.
I'm not calling him Sam.
Sam I am.
His name is Blackmail Phelan. You need to understand this. But Lex is now explaining to Clark how he's not a good guy. He looked into the case about how Phelan says that he's looking up the bus scene. That case was closed, so there was no point for him to be looking in on it. Clark, you need to be able to stay away from a guy like this because he's not what you're expecting.
It's true. And he does say anything is fair game. Be careful what you do. I'm telling you, nothing to worry about if really you're good. But obviously, Clark is thinking, oh, he knows my secret. But Lex doesn't know his secret. So, of course, he's not going to reveal that. So, really,
the thing is, though, Lex is already questioning it because Lex knows that Phelan... I'm just going to keep calling him Phelan. I don't even care. That he always has, again, blackmail. He always has something on somebody. So now it's Lex already beginning to question... I think this was kind of an introduction to Lex to see if Clark and Phelan have already communicated back and forth. So Lex is already trying to get a read if he does have something on Clark.
Right.
That's why I think Lex really did show up. It wasn't necessarily... Again, it's always an alternative.
There's a ploy, dude. There's always a scheme with Lex because...
It was checking on him, but also checking on something for himself.
Honestly, true mastermind. He's wonderful
it's great.
with that. Because really, you forget about it until really, when the episode goes further, you see, oh, okay, Lex. So after their barn scene, we come to the beanery, once again, second time, and we have Jonathan showing up here instead of Clark to meet with Phelan. And, Clark, of course... John being the daddy is like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to shake your hand. You're threatening my son. What do you want? What the hell? I will throw hands with you right now.
I hate Phelan's response.
Take a seat.
Yeah.
Just take a seat. Come on, Jonathan. I have dirt on your son.
Come on, I know you want to be a good dad.
And so, I will say though, Jonathan, he's great, like from that other conversation earlier, but my God, he's the worst negotiator here.
Jonathan shows why... Okay, that's what we talked about...
Why didn't we bring both parents?
Well, we talked about last episode how Jonathan was not the rich guy. Martha chose him because she's like, oh, I will love you forever. He was the motorcycle guy.
Right.
Obviously, Jonathan only knows how to fix a bike or to fix something. He doesn't know how to negotiate. This is where somebody should have made a call to Lex.
That's true.
And
dude.
How is Lex not taking care of the situation at this point?
If I was Clark, I would have been like, can you... I know he doesn't have anything on me, but can you just get him off my back, please?
Just get him off my back, Lex, please.
And he would so quick.
Lex would do it in 5 seconds.
Or would he? Would he want to maybe see what Phelan's playing with Clark so he can find out information?
No matter what, though, if Clark asked Lex to do something like that, and I'll put it to this way, Lex would try to get something out of it. However, if Clark then saw Phelan again, then Lex would look like a bad friend. So no matter what, I think it would have gotten rid of him.
You're probably right. No, I think you're right on that one. And then so, in this convo, of course, Blackmail is telling Jonathan... Look, I just want to use your son. He has talents. He has gifts. I know about it. I want to use them to further my cause. And, of course, Jonathan's like...
Stay away from my family.
I'll give you whatever I want. Just stay away from my family. He's like, I want your son. Weirdo.
Yeah, it's a 14-year-old child.
You dropped the engine. You claim you want him. I'm nervous.
You blackmail the guy with the DUI.
Yeah, DUI also is driving under the influence. So that means that only furthers our theory Smallville's high.
Oh.
Smallville's high, bro. But then again, we were in Metropolis at that time. Maybe they're cross-contaminating.
They're doing... Either way, the DUI is not big enough for him to be able to have pictures. I needed something else more. For the security guard... I'm sorry to go back to that. Security guard needed to have more on him for him to hand over pictures.
Yeah, it was a stupid blackmail. Probably the worst one. But, and then of course, Sam gets freakishly close to Jonathan. Best case, Clark's under a microscope. Gonna become a freak in a jar if you don't do what I say. Jonathan gets his fucking farm hands.
Alright.
About to throw some bows, dude.
I have a problem with this scene.
Why?
Jonathan turns into a bitch.
What are you talking about?
He's a man right here, but instead of caring about what other people are looking at, Jonathan should have given one to the face. Just one to the face to send a clear message to stay away from my family. Because here's the other side of this. Everybody knows who Jonathan is and how Jonathan is a good man in this town. Nobody knows who this piece of crap is. What if Jonathan just screamed out in the coffee shop, he is wanting to touch my son? What happens if he does that?
Remember, he's a cop. It's also assault. It's assault.
His reputation as a cop is garbage.
But he's still
Who
a
is
cop.
going to take his side? Oh, I'm sorry. Does Jonathan not have the Luthers on speed dial?
Yes, but he doesn't like the Luthers, bro. You think he's gonna go? You telling me right now, Jonathan goes to jail for the assault he did on purpose. He's gonna want to call up a Luther?
Take a shot in the face.
And so basically, John wusses out, doesn't want to punch him. Obviously, probably catch an assault case. And so Phelan leaves. Deal with it, bro. John was smart there.
I hate
John was smart.
Jonathan needed more. Be a man.
And so,
But this is what I mean. Look at this. The scene.
excessive force alleged.
Yes, the scene now opens up after our commercial break. Scene now opens up with Clark looking at articles regarding blackmail because they're all shitty articles because he's such a terrible person.
And of course, what do we have? The Daily Planet archives.
Yeah, I knew.
I love that. I love
Nice
that. So
touch.
Clark's looking at the Daily Planet archives about Phelan the cop and all his stupid articles. Chloe walks in. Have you heard anything about Quan and Lana? And Clark's like, no, I haven't.
All right.
I haven't heard anything.
Full disclosure for everybody. This is the best scene in the entire episode.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to let you go.
All right. And so Clark's saying, I'm sure it'll work out. Lana finally walks in. She says, hey, so it went pretty interesting. Bottom line, let me know what it is. And so Lana's like, okay, so we're going to reinstate the torch day after tomorrow, but Quan made me the new editor. And then, of course, Chloe's like, wait.
All right, so hold on before you go on. Chloe's right. Chloe's right with her reaction here because here's the thing about this whole situation that everybody has to grasp. Lana already has the boy that she likes attention.
Mm-hmm.
Lana already has the attention of the entire school of being the popular girl. Lana's the cheerleader. Lana's always trying to get into extracurricular activities. Lana has the perfect boyfriend. Why can't Chloe have something? And
it's really a lot of emotions built up, and it's pent up, I think. And yeah, I like that point. I like that point.
I mean, you have to be able to give her something. So the fact that you're coming in, granted, I agree that Lana actually was trying to do the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Quan is the piece of crap.
He is, yeah. He's the one at fault here.
And by the way, what Quan did try to turn the two girls against him, what an asshole. It worked. Congratulations. You should have blown up in your car.
And to your point too, it's not even a matter of she needs something. This was something she did have. It was her baby.
This was her.
It was ripped away from her.
And this was something that it should not have been ripped away because going back to what we even mentioned, sure, they were conspiracy theories, but this wasn't something that she should have lost her job over.
And dude, as soon as she says he made me the new editor, Clark's like, oh.
By the way, Clark is a moron. Here is why. Clark, shut up. Just shut the hell up.
He made it so much worse.
What are you doing in this scene right now? Why are you going to say anything to either side of the girls? This is so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
This may be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen Clark pull in the show. What are you doing? You're gonna catch fire.
Dude, they're 14.
What are you doing? You know how many hormones are going through? Bro, what are you even thinking?
And so, and then Chloe just trips out, obviously, for good reason. And she's saying, oh, so cheerleading's not enough, Lana? And Lana's just like, it's the only way they read open the paper. I'm sorry. And then Clark's like, I'm sure it's cool. Like, wait, come on. Cut Lana some slack. It's not a bad idea.
And then Lana has the wonderful response. I knew that you would take her side.
Chloe has
I'm sorry.
response.
Chloe has the best response. Clark, I knew that you would take her side. Clark, I'm not taking anyone's sides. Yeah, right,
You're
Clark.
completely objective, all things Lana.
Boom, burn, drop the mic. Get out of the damn room,
And she
Clark.
did, but with tears.
No, Clark needs to leave the room. Why did Clark even open his mouth?
Dude, look. But yeah. No, please, Clark, stay. Stay, Clark.
Now-
Why are you leaving?
Now Clark wants to leave. So after Chloe then says you can't be any type of objective when it comes to Lana, Chloe then goes, you know what, I'm going to get out of here. Chloe, no, Clark, stay. Take my seat. I love it. It is such a burn, such well acted. This is exactly how she should have responded.
You feel the emotions in this one, bro.
Dude.
And, like, you feel the awkwardness from Lana. You feel how dumb Clark is. But you feel the emotions and the rage of Chloe, and I love it.
No wonder Chloe was able to convince little girls to be Brandon.
High five! And so, yeah. So, you know what the weirdest part is? Which kind of is very sad. I thought you were my friend for a second.
Wow.
She said that to Lana. And I was like, you know what? I kind of thought that too, Chloe.
That was a really
I
solid
just want to go
burn.
hold Chloe's hand, dude. I'm just like, man, I'm sorry, bro.
Lana's supposed to be and
And
is.
where are we?
Hold on, before you go on.
Okay.
Lana's supposed to be and is that good person. Saying something like that will cut her to the core.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so, of course, next scene after the torch, where are we again?
Explain this to me, Joseph.
Beanery?
Explain this to me.
Beanery, third time? Third time. Outside of it this time. But, Phelan pulls up. Is this unannounced?
No, this doesn't count. It's only barn unannounced. It's only my Kent farm that's unannounced.
All right.
I'm not taking any unannounced
Huh?
visits when you're walking down the street
A public
singing,
street.
"Ooh, Tom Kitty, dude."
And so Phelan pulls up, like, Clark. Also,
Everybody would see this.
Clark is gonna ignore him, so my best move, my strat, is to pull up and hit these trash cans in front of him. You're telling me, bro, I would flip this car over. I would flip this car over.
Wouldn't Clark, in all honesty, just have to say, you know what, Phelan, you're exactly right, and then lean into the car and push his finger through the key, and just, that's all he has to do is just push the finger through to just break the entire steering wheel where there's nothing he could possibly do?
Bro, I would literally walk to the front
That's
of
all
the
he has to
hood,
do.
just smash it real quick, and then boom, your car's dead, bro.
Well, and even if Clark wants to be sneaky about it, just pop the hood real quick and then grab something out of there and then walk away. That's all Clark would have to do in this scene. And except Joseph, what the hell does he do?
Oh, he gets in the car.
He gets in the shitty ass car. Why are you the way that you are? Stop believing in lesser people taking advantage of you. Clark, it's time to shatter some skulls.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's not more aggressive with him. But anyways, he basically convinces him, Clark in the car. After that, we cut to Lex and Victoria having a nice little Asian cuisine dinner.
That dress. Oh.
Dude. And so, yeah, they're basically talking about, hey, you know, I'm plotting, and Lex knows the game she's playing. He reveals her moves, but he offers a proposal. Why don't we just take both our dads out?
Well, it's an interesting thing that goes on here between the scenes, because it's now Lex figuring out, like, I knew exactly what you were doing the entire time. Like, your father has nothing to do with this. This is all you trying to gain control of LexCorp, so then you could show your father, look what I can do without you. This is where I should be running the business as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lex is just coming to the conclusion, though, let's just do it right away. Let's just take both fathers down, and let's just have it together. It's interesting because Victoria's winning. I get Lex is saying, oh, I know what she's doing.
Yeah.
I know she's playing a game. When she's wearing a dress like that, you are losing the game because you are pretty much agreeing to everything she wants to do, plus giving her more.
Mm-hmm.
So she told you her plan, and you said, okay. Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
Wait. Oh, okay. You got me. Anyways, after that little convo, we pull up to this apartment building. I think it's an apartment building, right?
We
Or
are
office
going down a dirt road where somehow the apartment building is so freaking nice on the inside, so up to date, but yet it's pulled up on a back dirt road here.
Sounds like San Marcos.
It's exactly the same purpose. Where now Phelan is telling Clark, listen, you need to go upstairs. There's some files that I need you to grab. This is the director's house. You're going to go up there. You're going to get them.
Director
Clark,
of the Eternal Affairs.
Clark, oh, are they files on you? Of course they are, Clark. Get your ass up there already.
I'm not going to hurt anyone, dude. You're just retrieving some files,
He just threw like a little fit. You're not going to hurt anybody, are you?
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, man. Okay, so with this whole thing, very stupid how he even convinces Clark to do this. But Clark, of course, goes up there and does it. So, is it not, at least for me, on my end, I thought it was a genius move Clark was doing. He literally throws the safe out of the window.
Before you get to that, I just have to acknowledge this. Clark's X-ray vision has just pissed me off to my core. So, Phelan was in his barn where Clark said that he heard noise. Sorry to go back to the scene. I'm just going to go to this real quick. He's in his barn where Clark didn't use his X-ray vision after he heard noises and asked if anybody's there. Because why would you use your X-ray vision? It's not like you have it or anything. So he would have been able to see Phelan to kind of end that whole engine crap scene. And then Clark uses his X-ray vision when going up the stairs to this fancy-ass apartment to be able to find out where the safe is.
He's 14, Taylor.
I don't know what else to do except saying we could solve a lot of problems if you were to do the X-ray sooner.
Hey, look, man. I mean, what really is the X-ray gonna do in the barn scene?
The barn scene, he would have been able to see a guy that's just crouching down on the shoulder, like looking above a haystack. Oh, what is he doing?
But
like,
yeah,
that's what he would have been able to see.
I mean, it's a fair point. Yeah, so we're in this nice apartment. He finds the safe. I think it's a genius move.
I like
Clark.
the idea too. You're going back to your point.
Yeah.
I like what Clark does.
I love what Clark does here. I was like, you're a genius. And I love his little smirky smile up at the top when he's looking. He's like, Phelan. He's just smiling. I was like, oh, Clark, this might have been your most genius move yet. So he throws the whole safe on him, speeds down there, gives him the files. He already called the cops.
Alright, so the only thing I don't like about this plan is, aren't there cameras in the building or something? Wouldn't they have seen them? Wouldn't there be something in that type of fancy-ass building if they were really protecting that type of protected files, that something would be in there to show that Clark
In the hallway, at least.
Yeah, something would be able to show that he was ripping out the goddamn safe.
Mm-hmm.
That is my issue. So I agree, it's a nice move, except once again, 14-year-old dummy just doesn't think it all through.
14-year-old stoner.
Either way, he pisses me off.
And so we're back here after that, or the next morning.
After that fiasco.
Yeah, we're at Kemp Farm. And, of course, Clark is just basically saying, yeah, I just came in late. I was helping Lana at the torch. So he's lying to his parents, didn't tell them what he was doing. And, of course, Jonathan would be pissed that Clark went back to Phelan. And so, don't worry, I think he's out of our lives forever. Clark thinks he's so in the clear. And what happens here, bro?
Alright, so we now have the worst cops show up.
Is it unannounced if they're cops?
No, it's not, because they have a warrant.
Thoughts?
And
they knocked.
They did.
They did not.
So I'm not going to say that this is unannounced. The only problem is, okay, Phelan was just now arrested by the cops, we presume. Because I don't know how else you explain how you have those files and the safe is on top of your car. How long do you think you would explain something like that, though?
Dude.
Maybe like 24, like maybe like a week to be able to get your story clear where somebody would believe you.
At least a day, bro.
So
Like, the very least. And it's like, how did he get out of that? How did he get out of that?
So this is next morning.
Yeah.
Where now the cops show up saying that they have a warrant to be able to search the property of the Kent's home.
Mm-hmm.
How do you already have a warrant? That means that somebody had to make a phone call during this time. This cannot happen in 12 hours. Law and Order has taught me a lot. Law and Order has taught me this whole scene is bullshit.
Yeah, I don't get it. There's too fast of a process here. We know the legal system.
By the way, we don't even know what the warrant says. They don't even tell us what the warrant says.
Of course they're not
It
gonna
would
tell us,
say
dude.
what it was for.
So get this black cop here, this black cop that shows up, he's actually in a lot of DC stuff, which is
What?
random. Yeah. Get this, bro.
Whoa! Pause!
No,
pause.
keep going, because just gonna show him again. But
Wait, no, I gotta pause. Tell me where.
So, remember Watchmen?
Yeah.
When Rorschach goes to prison?
Yeah?
Grease. He's that guy.
What?
He's that dude. He's also in Arrow. He
What?
plays another cop in Arrow for actually a couple episodes.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Black Cop. Also in Superman and Lois.
Is he labeled as Black Cop and all of them?
No. I just labeled him as Black Cop. I forgot.
Like, damn, Joseph.
I forgot. So, yeah, no, he's in Arrow. He plays a cop. He's a cop in Superman and Lois. And he plays a coach in, he plays the coach in Superman and Lois.
I was going to say, wait. He's in Superman and Lois? That's going on right now?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
That's really cool.
He plays a coach. His name is Danny Watley. And he plays a coach in Superman and Lois now. And he played a cop in Arrow. Dude, he's in everything DC. It's
Dude, I bet he's a big nerd. He's got to be a nerd.
Oh, you have
and
to
this
be.
is just like a dream that he's like, I don't care how small of a part.
And
I
of
just want
course,
to be in the show.
starting with Smallville, and he honestly has not aged a day. When I saw him, I was like, I immediately recognized him.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
man.
man, if I was that guy, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I want to be in all these shows too, even if it's a cop.
Give me Coach. Give me Coach.
You
Give
want-
me Black Hawk.
Wait, I gotta yell at Pete? Okay, I'll do it.
And so apparently, what does this warrant do? So we go ahead and search the farm. What do we find? A whole cold dead body.
You know what X-ray vision could solve, Joseph? Being able to find a dead body at your farm. That's what X-ray vision would be able to solve, because after Phelan was just hiding in there, Clark doesn't search for anything. Clark is the worst.
He's not a good investigator. This is why he's not an investigator.
This is why he is not known as the detective.
That's right.
That's exactly why he is not in Detective Comics.
And so, to your point from earlier, everyone knows John's great. Everyone knows that. This
Yes.
is the worst framing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, what's this body doing in your barn, Jonathan? Now, look, like I said, it's the worst framing of all time.
Yeah.
But Jonathan does not make his side convincing at all. If I was that cop, I'd be like, okay, you look guilty as shit. I am taking you out of here. And then no one is even arguing, like, no, you know, like, bro. Okay, yeah. Anyways, and then
I love those that Jonathan's like, where'd you find that body?
yeah, I've never seen that body before. I
What?
swear.
Who is that?
It's like, that gun? I don't even own a gun. He has like a shotgun
Yeah.
in the back.
Jonathan, you live on a farm. What do you mean you don't own a gun?
Yeah, and so the cop is showing him like, yeah, we found this gun as well. Okay, where are the fingerprints?
Yeah, by the way, that's all it
I'm
has to
sorry,
be.
where's my DNA on all this stuff?
Can I show? This is early 2000s. You have DNA, you have fingerprinting at the very least.
And this is-
show my hand on that gun.
And we also get the most genuine reaction, finally, from Clark over a dead body. We haven't seen that in these past episodes. He's just been like, oh, dead body? Oh, dead body? Oh, dead body? But this one, the one that's for the framing, dead body?
What I love is Clark's reaction to the cops. So you're not gonna take him. And
He was about to go Brightburn, dude.
Clark was about to cross some great lines for me. I was hoping we were gonna get some Brightburn where he just lifts the cops up.
And dude, all he does is just feel guilty because, of course, it's technically his fault. He knows it is. And I love the rage here.
Except my problem is what he takes his rage out on is a post in his home. Joseph, someone's gonna have to repair that post, and it's not Jonathan, it's Martha.
Or Earl. Let's employ Earl again. So yeah, he breaks the post inside the house, and who comes a knocking? This is unannounced for sure.
Phelan the night before was caught with the safe in his files. Phelan was able to then make a tip to say that Jonathan has a dead body
Yeah.
and a gun underneath his seat. Phelan then was able to come to the Kent's house and then knock on the window and say, "Oh, did something happen today? Did I miss something?"
Look, Clark, you want to make my life difficult? I'm gonna make your life difficult.
This is what happens when you deal with blackmail.
And it's like, God, this guy
This
sucks.
guy is such a piece of crap.
And so basically, it's just Phelan going on and on, like, yeah, see, you don't double cross me, I double cross you,
It's
buddy.
been 9 hours. How is this possible?
I don't get it, bro. And look at this rage, my God. I don't even have the balls to do this and when I know what he could do. This guy is out of his mind. He deserves to be in a mental institution. Also, I love that rage there.
We have the first real rage
Of
from
Clark.
Clark here, where he grabs Phelan and shoves him up against the post. And it's interesting because this is where Clark is showing a true threatening persona where he's wanting to cross that line, but he knows he can't because Martha raised him too well.
That's right.
Not Jonathan, Martha. But I also want to say this. Phelan's little smile here, dude, I'm breaking an arm. I'm breaking an arm. I'm breaking a
Oh, he
leg.
does the...
I'm tired of the back talk. from you who has no pictures of me.
Dude.
I'm crushing a leg.
I would have snapped both legs. I would say, hey, drive home, douche.
What's weird though about it as well is that even Phelan comes up, is like, no, I don't care that you backstab me. You're gonna do one more job for me.
My God, it's the stupidest job too.
It doesn't make any sense what
Why?
he has Clark to do. This is the most. This is how you would get yourself caught quicker than anything else.
Right?
Is what he then has Clark do, which we're not going to say yet. We're going to get to. We're now still reflecting because Clark now sees the post of what he shattered. He now realizes he lost that type of control.
Mm-hmm. He realizes how easy it can be too.
This scene pisses me off.
Now, where are we at? We're at the torch. Dude, it's been nothing but beanery torch.
Clark's dad was just arrested.
Right.
What is Clark's first response to do?
I'm gonna go to school.
I'm going to go to school and I'm going to go to the torch where Lana just so happens to be there and she says, I know your father didn't do it. How does everybody know? It's been a total of 10 hours. How does everybody... The body was just... Nope.
They're neighbors. They're neighbors. You telling me they don't see cop cars from across the street? Sorry, across the grass?
How early did the cops show up? I need times in this episode.
Farm life, I'm assuming it's 8 to 9 a.m.
Wouldn't Lana not even go to school? Wouldn't she be wanting to go and check on Clark? Wouldn't she be wanting to do that?
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, so Lana then explains, though I know that isn't true. This is where it becomes extremely awkward for Taylor. If you're about to have a heart-to-heart, especially with your crush, is your first thing is, do you think Nell regrets adopting you? That is
weird.
the worst question I have ever heard in my life. Why would you ever word it that way? Why would you ever say it that way? You're a dick.
Yeah, it's so weird. And then, but, I mean, to the point, she also knows he's adopted as well. So it's like,
I get
these are things they can relate about, and only he can talk to her about stuff like that, and vice versa.
So you're saying that I would only understand if I was an orphan.
True.
Alright, so this is just orphan things.
This is orphan stuff.
Alright, you know what?
Orphan.
We should just...
We can't relate,
We
Taylor.
can't relate to the orphanism.
Or can we? Are we adopted?
Not yet.
And so, yeah, they basically had this heart-to-heart. It's not really too anything special other than really...
Well, it's her explaining that when she was 10 years old, that she ran away to Metropolis somehow, where they now had to pick her up.
10 years old.
She remembers because it was snowing this day. Who the hell cares if it was snowing, Lana? Stop bragging.
Oh, it's so cold.
Nell picks her up, and then Lana's telling the story how it explains that Nell said that adopting her was the best thing of her life, regardless of what scenario happened. So
My boy Clark is feeling insecure, man.
Exactly, because he just thinks that his parents' lives could possibly be easier if he was never a part of it. I just think it was a weird question. I get where I was coming from. It's a weird scene for me overall, though, because the timing of the day just doesn't make sense.
It really
Why
doesn't.
is my dad was arrested. I'm not going to follow him to jail. I need to go to the torch.
And so, get this. I thought this was pretty funny when he's walking out of here. Notice how, like, Lana breathes in as
What?
he's leaving.
Wait,
Watch.
wait,
It'll all work out,
what?
Clark. You're fine.
What do you
And
mean
so
how
he
she breathes
and
in?
How he leaves? Why she breathe in right there? Is it either his cologne or crop dust?
She have asthma?
Farts?
No.
Smelling his farts?
No, she's not smelling.
They're farm people. They might like farts.
There is a lot of things you keep teaching me every episode about the farmer.
She said... She sniffed hard.
Maybe it was just his cologne.
That's true. Also, what does this scene remind you of?
What this scene reminds me of is that it's too quick for him to be in an orange jumpsuit.
Damn right. It's literally within 24 hours.
Shows up, this is 9 hours.
You are getting interrogated, if anything. Jacket, everything. There's
Nobody
no way you are
questions
behind
anything.
bars.
Nobody questions anything.
My God.
He's in jail. And you know what? Clark already has visitation rights. Like, what is going on?
So yeah, basically we get to the prison. It's Clark and Jonathan talking behind the glass over the phone, and basically Clark is saying, Phelan, it was all Phelan. I lied. I helped him last night. It was his fault. He framed you. I almost lost control. Dad, I almost killed him. I wanted to kill him so bad.
All right. Full disclosure. I love this scene with Jonathan.
Yeah, it's really good.
It is really, really good.
He's
I'm
like-
going to give this man the benefit
I'm
because...
telling you, he gets better, dude. He gets better.
Don't you ever try to tell me
No.
he gets better.
He
I
will
don't want to listen to this. I'm going to give him this scene. Because instead of him freaking out, what I love is that Jonathan then relates.
Mm-hmm.
Finally,
You
Jonathan...
think I don't know about anger?
He finally is able to relate to his son, who is so different from him, that this is a moment where he can finally be a father because he understands what it's like to lose that type of control, to be that angry. So I actually love this scene because finally Jonathan can do something.
And he's like, I can afford to be that angry, you know? I can afford to lose
Yes,
control.
I
You
love that.
cannot. Don't, you say you're protecting us, but don't lie to us. That's not protecting. Look, you're the son. You didn't kill him, right? You're already doing better than I thought.
And
I love it. I'm
And
proud of you.
And the thing too is that Jonathan, as much as I laugh all the time about Clark hopefully just doing a Hancock and throwing somebody up in the air, it's very true that if Clark ever loses that type of control, somebody's head will explode.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't have it.
And I love this too because it gives me nods
Fist
to...
bump.
Well, the
Fist
fist
bump.
bump. Dude, I wanted to put my fist
You
right there,
wanted
dude. I
to
was
put
like,
it on the screen.
John, give me that, bro.
You were like, dude, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, dude, like, you know how like people look at their picture and want to kiss her, so I was like, give me that fist
You know
bump,
what? I'm
dude.
gonna put. Yeah, we're gonna fist.
This reminds me a lot about Barry Allen and his dad, Henry Allen, dude. Because obviously Henry's in jail.
Yeah, but Henry killed his wife. You know what? Henry deserves it.
He didn't kill her.
I know. Don't even try to get me started. It's reverse, okay? So don't even.
But
I love me some reverse more than Ia. If it was Eobon Thawne, don't even get me started on
So after
Thawne.
that, after that lovely scene at jail, we go back to where, Taylor, for the 4th time.
Man, you really are. We got a Beanery episode.
Beanery.
This is Beanery.
And then of course he sees Clark walking around.
Very depressed.
Yeah.
Where then Lex is running
No,
out of the Beanery to catch him.
Clark! He's like, dude, I heard about your dad. I know he didn't do it.
How long has it been? He has. Okay.
I don't.
Phelan was. I'm gonna go back to my timeline here. I'm
We were
sorry to do
last
this.
night.
We
Last
were
night.
last night. So Phelan had the safe dropped on him. He then made the phone call after the cop showed up. He explained himself within 30 minutes. He made the phone call saying Jonathan had a body.
Managed to get a dead body
John.
and a gun.
So you're saying it was the same morning of him doing that too?
He had to. Who's gonna plant it?
And also he was even at the farm. I'm gonna go with what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. So he somehow planted the body and the gun same morning, where he then made the tip to the cops. The cops were able to get a warrant within 30 seconds to then go to the Kemp farm to then find the body, where then Phelan shows up, where Clark then goes to the torch, where then he goes to visit his father in prison, and now he's walking down the street. This is
the
12
same-
hours.
This is literally within 24 hours. It hasn't even reached 24 yet.
What is going on?
When it reaches 24 is obviously nighttime when he's with Phelan again.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And so, yeah, Lex is just telling him, I heard about your dad. Is he all right? Yeah, he's hanging in there, blah, blah, blah. And so Lex is actually trying to help here. Dude, let me help. I know Phelan. Let me try to get him off your back. I know the best lawyers, whatever. And Clark's like, shut up, Lex. Get away from me. I'm not trying to be a buddy right now.
Yeah, but hold on. Do you think Clark maybe figures him out a little bit here?
What, Lex trying to...
Yeah, because he goes, what does he have on you, Clark? And then Clark kind of throws in his face, too. You have your own secrets with him. Yeah, and it's funny because, again, it seems like that it was Clark catching Lex.
Mm-hmm.
But Clark's so angry, he thinks that maybe he crossed the line because he was yelling at a friend.
True.
Except Lex did have the alternative motive here.
And I kind of like it because this is actually the first time they actually argue a little bit. This is the first time we get a sign of, oh yeah, you have your secrets. I know about you, Lex. I don't talk about it that much because we're friends, but I know your game sometimes.
When he raised his voice to him, where
Yeah, he does.
it's very stern, like, dude, I don't need you right now. Get out of my face.
And then so after that, Clark walks away. We are back at the barn
Where he's
of the
pouting.
Kent farm. And is this unannounced? It looks unannounced again.
How would we not hear Phelan's car pull up?
Dude.
If Clark is in the barn.
Also, Lex's car from earlier. How do we not hear that pull up once again?
Hold on, Martha's already explained we never hear Alexa's car. Martha has already touched
I think
him.
once it hits like maybe 7 p.m., they go deaf.
Something happens where instead of it turning like the rocks, it's like soft sand that somehow your car can just go over. And so now we're back to the Phelan being able to threaten more of just the BS towards Clark, saying, listen, you want to get your father out of jail? Fine. But you're going to do exactly what I want you to do. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to start whooping you, and both of our lives are going to be in hell. Dude, he has nothing.
Nothing.
He has absolutely nothing, and yet, once again, what does Clark do?
Gets in the car, and they drive off the farm. But get this. How do they not see him? How do they not see Lex right here?
Joseph, you know why you can't see Lex? Because it's a silver Jaguar that's just hanging out of the front
gleaming
gate.
in the moonlight. Like,
oh my god, it's shining. I can see the glare off of the hood.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so of course, Lex follows them because he knows Phelan would have showed up and Clark would have gone with them. Pretty obvious. And so, where do they get taken? They go to the museum, the gala, once again.
Going back to what we said earlier, this is the worst plan. How is your plan when you have somebody like Clark is to go into the gala where there has to be security, there has to be cameras, there has to be alarms, there has to be every type of scenario.
There's street recordings, there's street lights.
It's everything that's going to be able to get you caught. That's what you picked? Out of everything. And by the way, you drove him to Metropolis. Isn't it a school night?
I will say back then, yeah, exactly. I say back then, it's probably easier for Superman, or Clark, I should say, to be doing what he's doing. Bro, you couldn't get away with doing this at all nowadays. Like, there are cameras everywhere. People have their phones out all the time. He would get caught so quick, everyone would know a secret by, 15 years old.
You can never pick up a 14-year-old at 3 a.m. at their farm and then take them all the way to Metropolis so then they can help rob a gala museum for you. Or museum gala, whatever you want to call it. Either way, this is where Clark is like, what am I supposed to do? Rip the metal off of it. That's why I have you here, is so that you could cut the alarm system. So, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah, so basically, what is going on here, they're planning the worst heist ever.
This is the worst heist. And so, Joker had a better heist in Dark Knight than what I am seeing here.
It's true.
He had it so much more planned out. This is truly a Phelan thing going, you know what I've never done before? Rob a gala.
Mm-hmm.
What is
I wanted to pick up my retirement package. Also, how did Clark assume he knew it was the breastplate?
Well, no, I think he
did. He literally says, the breastplate? How does he know that?
Is that because Clark would want to steal that too?
Probably.
Yeah, and to your point, wouldn't the jewelry section that Aunt Nell was in be more valuable?
Yeah, what is the breastplate like? It's from, Alexander the Great from Macedonia. Cool.
But the jewelry section in a museum
it is embezzled with a lot of jewels. And it is armor, so it's most likely made out of, certain metals that's pretty rare.
All right, so can we also get to this other idea of the plan, please?
So yeah, let's just brush over real quick. We had Clark basically going to the electrical system. Phelan cuts the security and the lights and basically calls in a bomb threat.
Clark says, how do we get rid of the security guards? Phelan says, don't worry, I already got that covered.
Don't worry about it.
What is this? What type of plan is this?
Dude, it's insane. And so Lex is there, obviously.
They're just outside. Joseph, they're just outside of the museum. They're 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And it's in the newspaper.
A bomb threat? Oh, I'll go across the street.
I'll go across the street.
Not that it's in the building. I won't need to get picked up or anything.
Yeah, I'm going to tell them it's across the street.
Mom,
I'm not going to tell them
Mom, can you come pick me up? I'm scared. And so Lex, they notice, or the cops, the security, whatever, Lex notice there is a package in the newspaper box across the street, so they think, oh, this is the bomb. And so we have back in here in the museum, everyone's out, it's dark. Clark is now breaking open the case of the breastplate. And so this is what Phelan wants. He wants the breastplate. This is a retirement package. And so Clark easily
Where do you even sell that? Who are you going to sell that to if you're Phelan? Who are you selling that to?
Remember, he's an idiot.
What?
And so, back outside, we have Lex unboxing the bomb. It's the bomb, supposed bomb, and all it is just a clock with a ticker and a timer. That's all. And so, he tosses it at them. Clearly, it's not a bomb. And I love, again, Clark with the genius move. I love it.
Well, this is so silly to me.
No, the whole thing is silly. And it's weird how Clark can, he freaks out at first and is so caught up. And then he realizes, okay, I can easily get out of this. Dude.
Oh, now let me use my X-ray vision. Once again, whenever I just need to, whenever I start thinking of it. Oh my god.
We'll never be a team. Tosses that bag, bro.
You like how this is why you can never trust a guy like Phelan, though. You like how Phelan's like, oh, I can't wait to do more of these type of jobs. Dude, you're like the worst scumbag anyone has ever seen in their life. So you were to take that breastplate.
Right.
You were to then take those jewels. And in the end, you're going to what? Then do more jobs with Clark? You guys are going to be the best villain duo together? This is the worst plan I have ever seen in my life from a guy who's already supposed to be crooked.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And so Clark basically realizes that security and Lex are outside. He tosses the bag through the window with the breastplate so that it's secure with them. You might be able to explain the safe, Phelan, but your fingerprints are all over that breastplate.
But we're not going to explain the fingerprints on the gun for Jonathan. We're just
My
going to book
God.
his ass. Again, they just brought up fingerprints.
Dude, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And he says, you might... Now, this part I really like. You might be strong, but you're not bulletproof. And this is why it's crazy.
I hate this part.
No.
I hate this part.
Why?
Why doesn't he let it hit him?
He doesn't know if he can dodge, or he doesn't know he can take bullets.
I know. So why don't you put your hand up there?
Why would he risk it?
It's his hand.
Dude, imagine, look,
He knows he's gonna be fine. It's his hand. He knows the only thing that has hurt him is krypton. He stuck his hand into a wood chipper, Joseph.
Look,
It was a wood chipper.
But see, when you're thinking, think about guns.
I'm thinking of multiple saws going at a high rate speed where if anybody puts a hand into a wood chipper, then everything is gonna turn into dust.
Look.
What the hell are you talking about? That is less worse and less risky than him putting his hand up there to see what it would do with the bullet.
I understand that.
I don't think you do.
But look, he clearly doesn't know if he's bulletproof. Yeah, he's stopped a truck, a bus. He's stopped the wood chipper. But look, he's clearly scared. He has no idea. He can dodge it.
He shoved his hand into
Also,
a wood
didn't
chipper.
last episode you say he wasn't fast enough? He's too fast? You're telling he's dodging a bullet right now.
No, I actually think he's too fast for this scene, too.
Oh
You know my
my
honest opinion on it, so I'm going to go
God.
back to it. I'm going to stick to my overall art. It's too quick, too fast. And this is why. Joseph, he's like doing this with the bullet. If you can't see me, I'm sorry, but it's like a headback. What?
Whoa.
Whoa! He's like going back and forth with his head as if it's like a wave type thing with him. It's too quick. That's not what you're supposed to do. If anything, move out of the way, which is his first response. Let the bullet go by, but instead, no. Let's go to the other side. Oh, I can't see the bullet
I
on
don't
the
know why
left.
he moves twice.
Thank you.
I don't
Why
know
does he
moves
do
twice.
it?
That's the only problem I have with it. But like I said, he doesn't. If he did do his hand, because
Put the hand up.
Imagine he's a 14-year-old.
Put the
kid.
hand up.
If he put the hand up, imagine if it cut blood. Imagine though, and then now blood is exposed. People have his blood. Think about that.
Okay, I don't want to hear anything. He stuck his hand into a wood chipper.
Hey, look, man. He stopped a bus. Yeah, so what? It's not a bullet.
All I know is there is no way in hell that you can never convince me he's not going to try. I just like...
Bro,
this
he
is the-
immediately shoots at the cop.
Yes, like it's not even a thing of I'm going to lie. I'm going to start firing at the cops and
Like, he didn't
everybody
shoot
that's
at the
showing
cops
up.
that
Yeah.
once earlier. But yeah, so, and what does Lex do as he gets Phelan before he dies? Tell me what you had on Clark.
That's all he cares
Tell
about.
me what you had on Clark.
That's all he
Phelan.
ever wanted in life.
And what does he say? Go to hell.
Well, it's just funny because even when Phelan is dying, Phelan is the greatest blackmail person on planet Earth because no matter what, he won't reveal what he has on others. That's only
right.
for him to have.
It's all him, bro.
It's all
And
him.
I will appreciate that
I
about
can
him.
too.
I'll appreciate that about him. Like, you know what? Okay.
You know what?
You may have saved yourself because you just died right now, but
But that's why he has the villain name of Blackmail.
true.
Because
True.
he is the only one that is able to do it.
And then so after that, Phelan looks like he dies. And the gala, the museum
Shot in the chest.
shot in the chest. And so we are back at the farm. John talks about, hey, I'm clear off the murder charges. Should have
Just
been.
at a random normal. All right, walking through the door. Everything's good. We're cool.
Yeah, and then of course Clark is like, oh, I should have stopped using my gifts. It's gonna get everyone in trouble. It's like, dude.
Martha and Jonathan.
And then
being
Jonathan,
the
what does he
parents.
say? Just use some caution, man. You're all right. Live
Just-
your life. Just be careful.
Yeah, stop being loosey-goosey with things.
And see, Jonathan.
Tighten it up.
Jonathan had a good episode this time, bro.
All right. He started out just being the same normal Jonathan.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to give him the benefit when it came to the anger portion.
Oh.
All right. All
Okay.
right.
So next scene, we are
There we
back
go.
at Torch, this might be possibly the best scene of the episode. Chloe and Lana. Chloe comes in basically already. Oh, sorry, it's Quan. Quan comes in first.
Well, Lana's here.
And I like Lana's move. She said she puts a headline: Quan crushes freedom of speech on the school article. And of course, she says, "Hey, it fits all your criteria. You wanted school stuff. You wanted a news story. I put it there. I mean, that's all." And she's like, "Oh, you wanted me to get Chloe back and a new editor?" It's like, look, I'm just doing what you told me to do, man. You gave me editor. I'm telling you, it deals with a student, and there's no mutants in sight. What do you have to do? And then, of course, he's like, "All right, well, I don't know. I did this because it's the right thing to do." That's what Lana says.
So with Quan's such an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Because here's the thing. Oh no, they wrote a bad article about me. Now I can't handle it. Now I have to give the paper back to her.
Mm-hmm.
Quan is such a freaking titty baby. Maybe if Quan were to actually respect what he said, he would have laughed at Lana's article and been like, haha, yeah, it's alright. I'll give you one.
You know principal's not going to do that shit.
Why
bro.
not? He's already been trying to fire everybody because they just step out of line or they just say things that he doesn't like.
You know, for a town that's all in their own little world, Quan sure does care a lot.
Quan's from out of town. That's the problem. Remember, he's new. This is his first year.
Oh.
And he's already trying to make a splash. I am not a Quan fan. This is what Quan did deserve, is to be a first-year principal and to then get bashed in the paper.
That's true. And so as they're basically arguing about that, Chloe's obviously there eavesdropping.
Because Chloe's been eavesdropping. She's been standing outside of the torch room
been, like,
every single day.
Quan all around the
That's
school.
all she's been doing. I'm
Just
gonna
follow.
get you.
La, 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 la. Hitting like the lockers, like rubbing like saw or something like against it.
Quan!
And so basically she's just saying, I can work on the passion, I can work on, what my filters are and such. And so Quan
Facts, not fiction.
Facts, not fiction. And that's, you know what? You can't really argue with. That's fine. And of course, I think Chloe still puts in little blurbs here and
How
there.
do I know Pete's dating advice is fact, huh?
And so, yeah. And so Quan basically says, okay, you got it, Chloe. And Lana says, congratulations, you deserve it. Because Lana is an angel and is always so nice, even though she got shit on earlier. Anyways, Chloe says, I'm really sorry.
I'm positive. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you get away with that crap. Here's the problem, Lana. I don't like that she interrupts when Chloe has her moments with Clark.
Oh my god.
I can't do this.
You think she's doing that on purpose?
In a way.
Chloe would do that on purpose.
Well,
to Clark and
she
Lana,
deserves that right.
But Lana does not do that on purpose. Don't you dare talk about it.
You know what? I love me some Lana. I'm just saying, man. Chloe rubs off on me in a great way.
All right, now we need to get to the real good part here.
Yes. Okay.
Come on, dude.
All right.
So Chloe and Lana, basically Chloe's apologizing, and she's just like, I'm sorry, it's just, the torch is like my thing, and of course, me and Clark, this is like the only thing we have together. And so you realize that is really special to her. She loves Clark.
Well,
and
Lana's response is, did you think that I was going to try to take or cut you out of Clark's life? Chloe, her reaction is her trying not to cry right now, which I love.
Oh,
and,
both of them are trying not to cry.
And Lana's saying that I would never stand between you and Clark. And she goes, oh no, don't worry about it. There's nothing between us. We're just good friends. I love Chloe. Chloe's question right after saying that. How about you?
How about you? And this is like her moment. She needs to know. Like, I need to know right now from you. But the one who has a boyfriend.
But the problem is that both women say the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
So now it is like, well, shit, do both of them like him? Do both of them feel the same way? And now they're just at a conflict because they don't want to step on any other toes? The problem is only one of them has a boyfriend!
Yep. And of course, even Lana's getting teary-eyed here. Same thing. We're just friends.
Lana should step to the side.
Yeah.
Lana should cut Clark away.
And I'm glad we got that out of the way. Dude, tough to watch, man.
It's great.
It was such a good scene, and see now.
Well, and I love Chloe's
and they bond.
Well, Chloe's bond. Well, let's see what you've screwed up since I've been gone. I love that. That's such a Chloe little backhanded.
Mm-hmm.
We're friends because I don't have any friends. So this is
she
how I
be backhanding everyone, so everyone's fair game to her.
Oh, Pete Clark, she bashes him every episode.
And so now we get a really good scene. I put
favorite part.
And at the end, we're back at the Lex mansion. Victoria's like, oh, Oh, and what is Lex looking at? Security footage of the museum from this night? It's from this night?
It's from
or
this
the night before?
Night before?
Because they were at the torch just now. So
yes,
it's the
it
next
had
day.
to be night before. It had to be night before.
And so we're at the night after. Lex is obviously with Victoria. Victoria's like, can you come to bed?
Hold on. You looking at security footage or you going to bed?
Oh, I'm looking at security footage.
Oh, no, I'm going to bed.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay, I got you.
Wait, Victoria's asking right here.
Victoria, the way she comes up to me is like, hey, you want to come to bed? Like, yeah, I'm done looking at this blurred image in the security footage. Yeah, so, yeah, basically Lex is looking at the security footage of the museum of a blur. And the blur is a very big thing that will come later on in the show, as most people will know. And so he's focusing in. He says, Victoria, I'll be there in a second. And so he's looking in, and where does it end? Where does he pause it? Right as the speedster, or whatever, the blur, is paused in a frame, in a still. And he's like, oh, I need to know. Is this Clark?
So
He probably thinks it's Clark already, but he needs facts. He needs to see the face.
if Clark is that fast, then, and this is where I have the problem, house party at the little place, whatever, then he wouldn't come up on camera.
You think so?
Yes, if he is that quick to be able to dodge a bullet and look at each of the side of the bullet and then pick up a vase as he's turning around, it would be too quick for somebody to then see a blur. That is my argument to this. Come at me, bro. I just think that it's too fast. You wouldn't be able to have any type of footage of you
But
then.
even Flash can be seen in cameras,
You
bro.
wouldn't be able to have a type of footage of it. You wouldn't be able to take a picture
What about
of it.
The Incredibles, Dash?
Dash is too quick.
But he's still seen moving. You can still see the
Yo,
little bit of him
come
moving,
on.
dude. So yeah, that's what the show ends on. Lex, of course, is just researching and clearly getting more obsessed with the mythology of Clark. He needs to know more, and so that's how it ends. And that's our ending right there. And of course, that's really it.
By the way,
episode,
can I just say this? I love going rogue. I love the filler Tuesday. I love this.
So was it Clark that went rogue?
No. I think it was Lana that went rogue.
Oh.
I think Lana...
No, actually, Whitney. He's not even in the show.
Yeah, but
Or
it's
in the
because
episode.
we're going to find out next time when he has issues going on.
He does have
and
issues
you know
going
what?
on.
I don't like those issues either.
It's pretty tough.
Usually I hate Whitney. I understand Whitney.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It sucks. But so yeah, that's the end of the episode. I would give this episode 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is probably... No, I'm actually going to give it a little bit more. I'll give it about a 7 or 7.5. This is kind of on pace for me with Cassandra.
Okay.
Where I think... I would say that maybe I even like this probably... I'm going to put 7.6 on it. Just because it's a slightly bit better episode, only because of the Chloe and Lana. Mm-hmm. The scenes with Chloe are gold.
They really are.
Once again, I understand how she convinced girls to follow her.
Yeah.
I would put a ribbon around my neck too.
All right. I mean, yeah. I'll put a ribbon.
Watch the documentary, bro. Watch it.
And so, only other fun facts I had was that Kelly Brook, who is the new Victoria Hardwick, the GF, she's going to be in a couple more episodes now.
I can't wait.
She's actually an Italian job. She plays Seth Green's, Lyle's girlfriend. I can't remember if it's like just like one little part.
Hold on, that doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
Seth Green never had a girlfriend in it.
It's probably at the end.
Oh, where it was the speakers blowing her clothes off. That was
her, dude.
We're watching Italian Job.
And then another one, Evangeline Lilly. You know her?
I do know her.
Ant-Man. She was in the teaser for the episode when it was airing. She was one of the watchers.
Wasp is in this?
She was one of the observers at the gala at the beginning. She's only in the teaser though. I don't think she's in the episode.
How is it Evangeline Lilly just a small little teaser?
This was her actual first little side role.
What the hell?
And just a tease, she will make an actual appearance in an episode later this season.
Whoa!
And she's very young. That's actually her first like major
She's gotta be really
little
young in
TV
this.
role. But that's all I got, man. Other than the Black Cop from all those DC things, and that's it. You had anything else?
No. Just that I'm gonna blackmail you because I got a lot of photos of you.
Sweet. Sweet. Well, sweet, man. We're done there. This was Rogue for this week. And actually, this week again.
We're doing this week.
Yeah,
we're rogue this week.
We're rogue this week. So we will be dropping another one for Shimmer this week as well. So stay tuned for that. Peace out!
Negative comments, 5 stars.